ever feel like preschoolers, like their brains are these little exploding galaxies,
Yeah.
just full of like thoughts and feelings they don't even know how to.
They can't quite articulate yet, right?
Yes. And we are diving deep today into how you can tap into all that amazing stuff going on in there with, get this, preschool journal prompts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got this blog post here from Listallion. They make journals, by the way, with 50 ideas to get those creative juices flowing.
Oh, wait.
But, and here's the thing,
Right.
this isn't just about like, filling pages. It's about unlocking those hidden thoughts and feelings, like getting a peek behind the curtain of how those little minds work.
It's true. And that's where I think their power really is, because it's not just about recounting events, but it's connecting those actions to how they're feeling.
Oh, that's so important.
And that's huge at that age.
Hugely important. Yeah. And it is. And like, take, for example, prompt number 5 from this list. It says, write about a time when you felt really proud of yourself today.
Oh.
So it's not just, I ate all my veggies. It's like getting them to recognize that feeling of pride.
And understanding what sparked that, right?
Yeah.
Because that self-awareness is such a crucial element of emotional intelligence.
True. And it gets even more interesting, I think, when you look at a prompt like number 6, which is all about helping a friend.
Oh, interesting.
Because the answer to that, think about it.
Yeah.
It can actually tell you a lot about their social dynamics.
You really can, yeah.
Who do they gravitate towards? Who are they, like, who do they see as needing help? It gives you a little window into how they view friendship and what it means to be there for someone.
Right. And at that age, their concept of friendship is like rapidly evolving.
So interesting. And what about their inner world, like the stories and the make-believe? Prompt number 9 asks us about their favorite part of a story.
Okay.
Which seems simple, but
It seems simple, but
it's actually could be really telling.
it is. It's a goldmine of information.
It is.
Because it tells you, are they drawn to, adventure? Are they drawn to acts of kindness, to silly situations? It's a glimpse into what themes resonate with them.
And that's what's so cool about these prompts. It's not about forcing your preschooler to, pen a novel. It's about these tiny little windows into their world, and then it can spark these amazing conversations, like at your dinner table even.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Creating that space for open communication and exploration, which is so valuable at this age.
It is. It's so true. Okay, so get ready, because we're about to jump into the imagination and creativity prompts. And, buckle up.
Oh, yeah.
Because these are my favorite.
Yeah, this is where those little preschool brains really, take flight.
They really do. And what I love is that these prompts go beyond just, naming something fantastical, right?
Right.
They actually make the kids think about the why behind the imagination.
It's true. It's the difference between I want a pet dragon and my pet dragon sleeps in my backyard and we fly to get ice cream every night.
I know.
It's...
You get this whole visual.
Yes, exactly. And that's what these prompts encourage, is like,
Totally.
So let's build those narrative skills without them even realizing it.
It's so true. And speaking of narratives, you've got your classic superhero prompt.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, if you were a superhero, what would your powers be?
Classic. But
Yeah.
pay attention to how your kid answers this one.
I know.
Because it's not just about the cool powers, right? It's like, how do they use those powers?
Yeah.
Do they want to fly and be invisible, or do they want to help people and solve problems?
It's like a little window into their values and stuff, too.
Exactly. And maybe even some anxieties or things that they're grappling with a little bit.
Oh, totally. And then you've got prompts like, imagine a world made entirely of candy. Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
This is pure sensory overload in the best way possible.
I know. What would a 4-year-old come up with for that?
I know. Chocolate rivers, gummy bear trees.
I don't know, but it sounds delicious.
Right. It's about tacking into those senses.
It is.
What would it look like, smell like, feel like?
Yeah, and it's an invitation to explore the world through just a totally different lens.
Yes. And what's so great about all of these?
What's that?
Even if your child isn't writing yet,
Oh, good point.
you can still use these prompts.
Absolutely. You can adapt them for games. You can, do them at the dinner table, car rides.
Car rides, yeah.
It's about just sparking those imaginative fires however you can.
So true. So we've talked about reflecting on the day, right? Letting imaginations run wild. But this blog post also has prompts about, family and nature, which might seem a little less exciting, but hold on.
Okay.
They're actually
Thank you.
really interesting because they give you, I think, a really interesting look into how a child's understanding of the world around them develops.
Because at that age, their concept of family, their place in it, is still very much evolving,
It's
right?
so true.
So a prompt like, what's your favorite family tradition, can be very telling.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not always about the big holidays either.
Right.
It could be something small, like maybe they love when you guys, I don't know, like make pancakes on Sunday morning or something.
Totally. It's something that you might not even realize is important to them.
Exactly.
And it really highlights what they value in those family connections.
Yes. And then you've got prompt number 10, which says, describe a family member you look up to. And their answer might surprise you.
Oh, yeah.
It really might.
It might not be who you expect.
Exactly.
It's fascinating because it reveals who they see as that role model, who embodies those qualities that they admire.
Yes.
It's a glimpse into their developing value system, which is really neat to see.
It is. It's so true. All right, so let's venture out into nature now.
Okay.
Prompt number 5 in this section asks, if you could talk to animals, which animal would you talk to first and what would you ask it? And that sounds simple, but
Simple, but it's really not.
it's really not. It's actually quite profound.
And it is. Think about it. The animal they pick, the question they ask, it tells you so much about what they're curious about in the world.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they fascinated by how birds fly? Do they want to know what dogs are thinking? It's really...
Like a secret code into their brain.
It is.
A way to tap into those questions that they maybe don't even know how to ask yet.
Totally.
And it just opens the door for some really incredible conversations about the world around us.
So true. So we've gone through a ton of these journal prompts.
We have.
Reflecting on the day, those wild imaginations.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what's the big takeaway here? What does it all mean for you and your little one?
It really all boils down to, the power of just asking a question.
Yeah.
Even something as simple as, what was the best part of your day
Mm.
can open up like this whole world of conversation
Totally.
and connection that maybe you didn't have before,
And it's not about perfect sentences or even writing at all at this age.
No, not at all.
It's about letting those little voices be heard
Absolutely.
and understood, which I think is so important.
It is. And it's about nurturing their curiosity, their creativity,
Right.
that sense of wonder that they have about the world around them.
It's true. And you know what? Sometimes I think as adults, we forget to ask those questions.
We do.
We get so caught up in the day-to-day, we forget to tap into that childlike sense of awe and wonder that they have.
These prompts are a good reminder, though,
They are.
that sometimes the simplest questions lead to the most profound discoveries.
It's so true. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into these preschool journal prompts, we want to leave you with this. What will you ask today?
Ooh, go on.
What question will you ask the little one in your life to spark a conversation, to spark that connection?
Keep those questions coming, stay curious, and never stop listening to those amazing little voices.
Couldn't have said it better myself.